Okay, a couple IXL things, and then I'll just turn you loose for a little bit, and then we'll talk about the second method near the little bit, so we can get them both in today. I4 is where we're at. This is solve using substitution. If you're here using whiteboards for this one, that's great. Eventually, I'll put it in the classroom with this. But when you're at home doing these, show me scratch paper that you're doing them, and then we'll photo the scratch paper, and then you'll turn that in on the Google Classroom. There won't be a score attached to it that I'm going to actually do because IXL keeps track, but scratch paper will be your proof on the completion of it on Classroom. Okay. For you guys, you probably, since you're probably here with part of it, you may or may not have a lot of scratch paper. You probably have some scratch paper from home. Does that make sense? So what you're doing here, you don't have to photocopy it all. You just erase it while you're in class. So the first few of these are pretty straightforward because they already got one of them in this form. So this one would be the y equals 5. So then I'm just going to plug that into there. I got negative 2x plus 3 times 5 equals negative 1. So negative 2x plus 15 is negative 1. Negative 2x equals negative 16. So x equals 8. So I got 8 and 5 is my answer. And I'm on my way. Now, because it happens every once in a while, it's okay to do x equals. You can easily put the x in there with the same way as the y. It doesn't always have to be y equals. Let me find one here that's going to have maybe a little bit of a fraction form with it when you're plugging something in. Jump to a level or two because they're going to start out pretty straightforward. Oh, something like this, when they're both a y equals, you can use either one. In this case, I'm just going to take the 3x plus 3 and shoot it right in over there. So that would just go right there. 3x plus 3 equals x minus 5. And you solve it that way. So in that case, there was already there. So our main initial goal is to try and get one of those into x equals or y equals. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be pretty easy to start with.
Do you get this IXL to 100?
95. Yeah, 95. I won't ever make you do 100. It'll just be 95. Okay. I don't think I can find one that's, I think 95 and above is where it's at. I'll do one of these right now on the video, but so you can see what's going to happen when it gets worse. Most of these I think you're going to have in the IXL are going to have an x equals or y equals already. But when you don't, you got to decide which one you want. I'm going to pick this one right here, and I'm going to try and get it into y equals. It's no different than you were graphing yesterday and did y equals mx plus b. Okay? Same real approach to what you want. So for this, I'm going to move the 2x over, and then I'm going to divide by 2. It worked out nicely for me. But now I've got that y equals, and so this is now going to go right there. I'm going to have negative 7x plus 3 times x minus 6 equals negative 10. And I'll just finish it out from there. I got x to be negative 2. That's going to go back right there. work on those for a little bit, and then we'll talk about the method number dose, the elimination method.